Today, I'm going to show you some awesome deals in the Pokemon card market. I've identified some cards that are either undervalued or have a high potential to rise in value in the near future. These cards are going to be ideal if you're looking to start a Pokemon card collection or an investment. So you're not going to want to miss this episode of Buy It Before I Do. Alright, I'm really excited to talk about today's list. I've got a lot of cards on this list that I think have been overlooked recently. I've even got some vintage cards on today's list, so definitely stick around all the way to the end. But to start things off with a bang, we're going to talk about the Unigaba Evolution promo set that just released. We had gotten news that this set was going to be released not that long ago, and it finally went on sale in Japan. So people were doing like pre-orders for this set that were really expensive, but now the set has come down to a much more reasonable price. Currently, you can get a set of the Evolutions for around $140 to $150 on eBay. However, as we talked about in previous videos, if you're able to contact an eBay seller if they have a multiple of these, you may be able to work out a deal to buy multiple sets if you're interested in doing something like that. For example, I recently just bought 20 of these sets for around $115 per set. Again, the best time to buy something is typically when there is the most amount available on the market. So since this just released and everybody's kind of getting their hands on it, this could be the best time to buy this product. Hey guys, Future Trevor here. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you know that the Unigaba Evolution promo set has risen significantly since I recorded this video. So as you can see, there's a ton of demand for this set right now. I would tread carefully over $200. I think if it goes back under $200, you can definitely still pick this thing up, but just wanted to let you guys know of the price change. All right, back to the video. If you're not familiar with the first Unigaba promo that released, it was actually the Unigaba Pikachu promo, and that card has recently gone from around $15. Now it's selling for around $40 on eBay. So here's that first Unigaba card. This card just a couple months ago, you could buy for around $14 or $15 sealed. And with the news of the Evolution set, this card immediately doubled in price. This card still could be a good pickup. It's most likely out of print, and now that it's got an entire set to go along with it, they may continue to make more Unigaba cards in the future, which may even increase this card's value even more. Real quick, we're going to be giving away a Paldea Evolved ETB to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is like this video, subscribe to our channel with notifications on, and comment down below a card that you think is undervalued. Alright, back to the video. Alright, now we are going to move on to another card that's actually one of my favorite Pokemon. This card right here is so iconic to me. I think it's one of the best looking Mega EX cards they ever made. So we're going to talk about the Mega Alakazam EX full art from Fates Collide. Now, I know a lot of you guys have actually commented on previous videos about the Alakazam secret rare with Lugia and Umbreon. While I do think that card is absolutely amazing and actually is one of my favorite cards of all time, I have a tough time justifying the current price of the card just because it's had such an exponential increase in price. I could be a little bit biased on this one, but I remember buying that card for like $5. So let me actually show you the graph on that card just so you can see how crazy that card has gone recently. So unfortunately, I feel like the window of opportunity on this card has just kind of gone away. In order to get a near mint copy of this card, you're going to be paying anywhere from $50, $60, maybe even $70. This could be one to keep an eye on in the future to see if it does come back down in price, maybe to around $30. I think then it would be a good pickup, but for now, I would probably hold off on this card. That being said, with Alakazam returning in Pokemon 151, Pokemon is once again allowed to print a Kadabra card, so we're going to get Alakazam back as an EX card, so we definitely could see some demand in Alakazam in the near future. And if I had to pick an Alakazam card to buy, for me, it would be the Mega Alakazam EX full art here. Currently, you can pick this card up for around $15 to $17, and I think just for how iconic this card is, it's a great pickup. All right, and now we're going to talk about Silver Tempest yet again. Honestly, I still feel like this entire set is really undervalued. With how popular Lugia has been just across Pokemon's history, I think a lot of cards in this set will do really well over time. So last week, we actually talked about the Japanese Lugia V-Star Rainbow Rare. That one you could pick up for around $17 to $20, but I also think that the Gold Lugia V-Star in English is a really good pickup right now. This card has made its way all the way down to $20, and since Pokemon discontinued Rainbow Rares and actually kept gold cards, I think this card could see a really nice increase in the future. I mean, I really just don't think that you can beat having a Pokemon that's this popular in a secret rare gold card for around $20. It just doesn't get much better than that. We've got one more card from Silver Tempest, and it's going to be the Regidrago V alternate art. I remember when this set first came out, this card right here was a huge fan favorite. In fact, this card was selling for around $60 or $70 at release. Alternate arts just in general have come down so much from where they were, and these cards are really not easy to pull. In Silver Tempest, we were getting maybe one alternate art per case of booster boxes. So these cards are just incredibly rare, the artwork is amazing, and to be able to get this one for around $23 to $25 is an absolute steal in my opinion. Now that we're going into the Scarlet and Violet era, some of these Sword and Shield alternate arts should be increasing in value relatively soon. Next on the list is going to be the Radiant Charizard from Crown Zenith. Now this card actually did make one of our first lists kind of as an honorable mention, but right now it says the market price of this card is $3.84. So this card has dipped down even further. I just have a feeling that this is going to be one of those cards that we're going to look back on in a year or two and just wonder how in the world it was selling for this cheap. You just absolutely cannot go wrong with a shiny Charizard card. The card itself is beautiful. It's from a great set. Crown Zenith being the last yellow border set is going to make this a little bit more nostalgic for some people. So again, as this card continues to age, I think a lot of people are going to want this card. So if you're able to pick this one up for around $5, I still think that this is a great buy. All right, we've got one more card on the list before we talk about some vintage cards. And I want to talk about the Primal Groudon EX Full Art card from Primal Clash. I honestly think this was one of the better sets of the XY era. Even the booster boxes are selling for around $600, which is not that bad for how old the set is. That being said, one of the top chase cards in the entire set is the Primal Groudon EX Full Art. And currently you can pick up a near mint copy for around $50. In my opinion, this is the set that did Mega EXs right. Mega EXs were just really out there. They had a lot of stuff going on the card. These cards look absolutely beautiful in person, especially with that texture. So if you're a fan of the Mega EX era, it really does not get much better than this card. So as we get into older generations of Pokemon cards, the cards are going to get a lot tougher to find in near mint condition. So you may have to pay a little bit of a premium to get a card that's actually in near mint condition, but a lot of the times it's going to be worth it. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about one of my favorite cards of all time. I think the Sealed Ancient Mew promo is still a really good buy. This is one of the most iconic Pokemon cards of all time. This was originally a movie promo from the year 2000. Now, the interesting thing about this card is that it actually received a reprint in the year 2019 in Japan for the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back. So that meant that the card was back in circulation for a much more affordable price. So even in 2023, you can still pick this card up for around $30 to $35 still sealed. So if you want to own a little piece of nostalgia, this is definitely a great pickup, and I think they'll still continue to do well over time. And while we're talking about movie promos, I think we also got to include the Reverse Holo Entei movie promo. This one was actually from the year 2001 and did not receive a reprint. So the sealed promos that are still floating around today are from the year 2001, which is crazy. This card you can still pick up for around $10 on eBay all day long, which blows my mind. Again, this card is super nostalgic for a lot of people that actually went to the movie and got that movie promo. So to be able to buy this card for $10 and even open it up yourself just for that nostalgia is really cool, and I think this card will continue to do really well over time. All right, so now we're going to talk about maybe some of the coolest Pokemon cards that have ever been printed. We're going to go all the way back to the EX era for the set Team Rocket Returns. This set is probably one of the most unique sets that they've ever made, and we're actually not going to be talking about the card that you see on screen here. TCG Player actually does not have an image for the reverse holo foil, which is what I'm going to be talking about. In the EX era, they actually had a reverse stamp on the card itself, which is really unique. In my opinion, this made these cards look really, really cool. Not only that, but these cards are extremely rare now. Back in this era, the print runs were super low just because demand was not very high. So I'm actually going to show you an image on eBay of this card in particular so you can see what this card actually looks like. Now, it's actually really tough to find these cards raw, but here's an image of a PSA 9 Dark Dragonite reverse. As you can see, those reverse holo patterns were so cool. And not only that, you get that Team Rocket Return set stamp right on the card as well. The name of the Pokemon is also embossed in gold. So in my opinion, if you're able to pick up these cards, I think they're really overlooked and would not only make a great addition to your collection, but a great investment as well. So the tricky part, as I mentioned earlier, is actually going to be finding a near mint copy of these cards. You may have to pay a little bit of a premium to ensure that you get a near mint copy. So always make sure to go to a local game store or somewhere local that you can actually see the card itself. So here's another one real quick that I think is overlooked from Team Rocket Returns. Again, Dark Tyranitar is a huge fan favorite Pokemon, and if you're able to find a near mint copy of the reverse holo foil, I think it's going to be a fantastic pickup. So here's an actual PSA 10 copy of this card just so that you can see what this card looks like. These reverse holos are so beautiful. You have to see them in person. This one here you can probably pick up for around $100 for a near mint copy. So as you're out there hunting for Pokemon cards, definitely keep an eye out for these cards. All right, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you found this information helpful, and if you did, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. That way you don't miss any future episodes. As always, you can check out PokeCollect.com for any Pokemon card products. All purchases directly help support this channel and our storefront, so we greatly appreciate it. And with that, we'll see you next time.